Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. So here we are again with another video, and today we are going to talk about wheel alignment. Today we are going to see what is wheel alignment, why we need it, and what types of wheel alignment are generally there. So wheel alignment, also known as tire alignment, can help your tires perform properly and help them last longer. It can also improve handling and keep your vehicle from pulling in one direction or vibrating strangely on the road. There are a couple of ways to tell if your car needs a tire alignment. If you have noticed one or more of these indicators, you should have your alignment checked by a licensed service technician immediately. If there is any uneven tread wear or vehicle pulling to the left or right, or your steering wheel is off center when driving straight, or you encounter any vibration in your steering wheel, then you should definitely go to the technician. When a technician checks your tire alignment, he or she is mainly concerned with these three things: the caster, camber, and toe. So what are these three things? So we are going to cover all these three in the further slides. So first, starting with the camber. Camber is the angle of the wheel relative to the vertical of the vehicle, and depending on the tilt is either considered positive camber or negative camber. When the top of the tires tilt away from the center of the vehicle, you have positive camber, and when the top of the tires are tilted inwards, you have negative camber. One is not better than the other, but varying camber angles have different effects on your vehicle. So talking about negative camber is when the top of the tire tucks inwards, as we discussed above. For a normal car, you typically want to maintain a slight amount of negative camber of around 0.5 to 1 degree to have a good balance of cornering grip, braking grip, and tire wear. On most vehicles, it's common to have slightly more negative camber of around 0.8 to 1.3 degree in the rear to reduce the chances of oversteer, that is the loss of the grip in rear. So benefits of negative cambers are that negative camber improves handling by keeping the tire perpendicular to the road as the car rolls, ensuring that the tire's contact patch is evenly loaded. Without adequate negative camber, the tire would load the outer portion of the tire and produce less grip. The downsides of negative camber is also there. Adding negative camber will reduce the peak tire grip, reducing straight line acceleration and braking. It's important to have a healthy balance to ensure good overall performance. For most cars, this is around 2 to 3 degree of negative camber. So at last, coming to positive camber. Positive camber is when the top of that is absolutely opposite to the negative camber, that when the top of the tires extends outward and the base of the tire tucks inwards. So actually this is rarely ever seen on the road car, since it will reduce road handling capability. In special situations such as NASCAR, positive camber will be applied to handle heavy amount of track embankment. Now before moving further, I have a video. Here we can see that when a car corners, then how the tire actually deforms. And to maintain the maximum contact patch area of the tire, the camber angle is used. Here we can clearly see in the visual. Okay. Now moving further, here also we can see that how the increased contact patch area is maintained due to camber angle, that is around 0.5 degree here. Moving further, now let's talk about caster angle. What is a caster angle? So caster is the measure of how far forward or behind the steering axis is to the vertical axis viewed from the side. An example of caster is in action is the front wheels on a shopping cart. They run a large amount of positive caster to make the cart track straight without wandering. However, the method that the cart used is different than how your car develops its caster angle, but the effect is the same. So the caster is also of two types, the positive and the negative. So positive caster is when the steering axis is in front of the vehicle, vertical. In a road car, this would mean that the top of the coilover would be pushed towards the rear of the car. Positive caster creates a lot of aligning torque, which improves straight line stability of the car. Due to the geometry of positive caster, it also will increase negative camber gain when turning. As you increase positive caster, the steering will get heavier also, but the modern power steering system, this is really a problem. Negative camber, negative caster is when the steering axis is behind the vertical. This is generally only found on older vehicles due to tire technology, chassis dynamics, and other reasons. Modern vehicles do not use negative caster. It will lighten the steering effort but also increases the tendency for the car to wander around the road. So next, coming to the last angle, that is the toe. So toe is the measure of how far inward or outward the leading edge of the tire is facing when viewed from the top. Toe is measured in degrees and is generally a fraction of a whole degree. It has a large effect on how the car reacts to steering input as well as on tire wear. Aggressive toe angles will cause the tire to develop feathering across its surfaces. So the toe in, the toe is also of two types, toe in and toe out. Now talking about toe in is when the leading part of the tire is turned inwards towards the center of the car. This makes the tires want to push inward, which acts to improve straight line stability of the car as it's traveling down the road, particularly at high speeds, that is on highway. Now talking about toe out is when the leading part of the tire is turned outwards away from the center of the car. This makes the tires want to separate from each other. This improves turn-in response considerably, but the loss of tire wear. Running toe out in the rear is generally not recommended since it will make the car want to oversteer at all steering angles, but in the right setup it can help, particularly if the rear toe bumps in. So here we see that when we talk about Ackermann geometry also, so we usually keep toe in for our cars. So if you want to know more about Ackermann geometry, then surely tell us about that, and we will make a video on that also. So at last, there is also visual where we can see all these three things. Like here we have first a toe in on the car, then camber angle. Here is it is a positive camber, and then finally we can see what is a Castro angle. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. If you like the video, do like it. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, do comment in our comment section, and thank you for giving your time. That's all.